Welcome everybody to Bikini Bottom. That's right, we are hanging out today under the sea with SpongeBob. What's up, buddy? Pow. And his buddy Squidward. We're going to talk to Mr. Krabs. We're going to see Patrick. And we're going to get into the world of genetics here under the sea at Bikini Bottom. You are going to take your lab sheet and you're going to either do one of two things. The first one is the way I would suggest to do it, is follow along with me. I will go through each question and then I will let you answer it and then we'll move on to the next question. I just want to be able to talk you through some of the things that you need to do for each question. The other part of this is you can decide to watch the entire video through and then go through and do the sheet on your own. This is more of a assessment to see if you're understanding the world of genetics, the vocabulary, Punnett squares, all of these things we've been talking about put into one lesson. So if you're ready, so am I. Here we go. Hey, I'm here with my buddy Gary, and Gary is tooting on about question number one. Question number one is going to ask you to identify whether the pairs of genes that they have there are either homozygous or heterozygous. You should be very familiar with what homozygous and heterozygous mean right now. On the lines next to the pairs of genes, you're either going to write a ho or a he. HO for homozygous, HE for heterozygous. Not too difficult starting off here. The questions underneath, however, ask two words that we have not really discussed yet, but you should be able to figure it out based on what I'm going to tell you. It asks about purebred genes. Purebred genes normally mean genes that are both dominant. Yeah, there's a pretty big hint for you right there. So write down the pairs of genes that describes being purebred. And then for the second one, it asks what hybrid is, and a hybrid means usually a combination of both. Not too difficult for question number one. Thanks, Gary. You excited for question number two? You look excited. All right. Question number two. You're going to determine the phenotypes for the pairs of genes that they give you. In the directions, it tells you something like yellow is considered dominant to blue. Square is dominant to circle or round. With that information, you need to write down what the phenotype, the physical characteristic is of each of these pairs of genes that you see on the lines. Not too difficult. I think question two is going to be pretty simple. You should be as excited as this guy. This guy, he's riding in here on question number three because it's a little bit about himself. So we're going to take the phenotypes now, the physical characteristics, and you have to write down all of the different gene combinations that could lead to that phenotype. So if Patrick has a tall head, what are the different genotypes that lead to the tall head? If he has a short head, what are the different genotypes for that? It could be one, it could be more than one. So be careful with this one and write down all the different combinations that could possibly happen. You need a quarter, buddy? Romance is in the air here down in Bikini Bottom. Little SpongeBob here, he got himself a girlfriend, Susie Roundpants. Yeah, that's right. They met. And what you have to do for this one is look at question two to find out what kind of genotypes SpongeBob has and the type of genotype that Susie Roundpants has. Question two will help you out quite a bit with this one. It says SpongeBob is heterozygous. We've done some questions already and you know what heterozygous means. So look for question number two as to what letters to use on that Punnett square. It says that Susie Roundpants, well, she's round. That should give you a big clue as to what her genotype is. Fill in the Punnett square, write down the different genotypes that happen, the different phenotypes that happen, and what percentage of the chance do they have for offspring with square shape and round shape. You sly little you. Oh, good for you, buddy. Her name's Patty, and your name's Patrick. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, Patrick was just telling me that he met someone named Patty. That's right. He met her at the dance, the same dance that SpongeBob met Round Susie Pants, whatever her name was. Both of them, Patrick and Patty, are heterozygous for their pink body color. That's right, heterozygous for their pink body color. So read question number 3. That clue of heterozygous will help you fill in the Punnett square, and then you'll be able to write down all the genotypes, the phenotypes that happen, and the percentage of chance that Patrick and Patty have a child with a pink body or possibly a yellow one. It's 2020, man. No one's doing that anymore. All right, well, Squidward also met someone. First off, Squidward comes from a long line of purebred genes. That's right, his light blue skin is a dominant color, and he is a purebred. Go back to question number 1 if you want help with what that one is. But he's met a nice young lady. She has light green skin, which is recessive. So I would like you to write in the genes for Squidward and his purebred genes, and then his lady friend, she is recessive, homozygous recessive, and you need to write in her genes. Create the Punnett square, write down all the genotypes and phenotypes that happen, and there's a question about whether or not their children would still be purebred. Answer that one for me. Seriously, man, stop. Yeah, weddings cost a fortune. Yeah, thousands, tens of thousands sometimes. Yeah, you're going to be paying a lot. You should wait till you see the food bill. It's huge. Hey, Squidward here, his son just is going to get married to a young lady, and both the son and the young lady are heterozygous for the light blue skin color. And you're going to use the letter B to represent that light blue skin color, just like you did in question number 6. So go through and write down what their possible genotypes for the children of these heterozygous partners are going to be, and the phenotypes, and write down the percentage of children that could possibly have the light blue skin color, like Squidward here and his son, or they could possibly have a light green skin color because of the way genetics works. For our last question, we have a bit of a mystery to solve to help Mr. Krabs here. Mr. Krabs and Mrs. Krabs are a little upset because they were given a child that has short eyeballs. And Mr. Krabs is homozygous for tall eyeballs, and his wife is heterozygous for tall eyeballs. So I need you to use that information, create a Punnett square, and then answer the question of, did the hospital make a mistake by giving Mr. and Mrs. Krabs little Krabby that had short eyeballs? That wraps up our time here at Bikini Bottom. Take your Bikini Bottom genetics sheet. Make sure you submit it to me. I hope you had fun with this video. I had some fun making it. And make sure this gets submitted so that I can give you your points for the assignment. And then we are done with Punnett squares for now.